Hey everyone, we're here in Quebec, Canada, and we're checking out this Scandinavian-style off-grid tiny house. It feels really spacious, really functional on the inside, but it's actually a pretty small tiny house. It's only 250 square feet, including the loft upstairs. The house is built to be fully off-grid with a solar panel, gray water tank, propane, and wood stove, but it can also be connected to the grid. We're gonna go meet up with Kate and Simon, the builders, and they're gonna give us a full tour. This was actually their first build, and they built this for themselves. And since then, they've started their own business, and they build tiny houses for other people.
It all started when we got pregnant, and we kind of started thinking about our careers and future, and we decided that we wanted to bring some changes to have a better lifestyle and have more time as a family. Simon had been passionate about tiny houses for quite a moment.
I wanted to try and build one, so we kind of managed to make a project out of it. I started with this one. We put a lot of thought into it, and we're very happy of what we created. And the way we went was like, we build one for ourselves, and then we'll see if we can make a business out of it.
When we started talking about building a tiny house, my grandmother was still alive, and she owned this property on which we are right now, and she had always been really passionate about tiny houses, and she was watching all the television shows. She invited us to build it right here where it stands actually, and to stay as long as we wished. The last year actually of her life, she watched us build, and it was really an exciting project for her. We come summer, winter, mainly for us it's a cottage, so we come here for vacation weekends, sometimes as a couple, sometimes with the baby, and we just enjoy the outside with the rest of the family and the lake that's just nearby. This is the custom sofa that we built. We have a piece of wood that's hidden behind the sofa that we can take out, and we have extra cushions that are hidden under here that we just have to pull out, so we get an extra double bed for visitors. Here we have the little table that we bought that gives us quite a lot of possibilities. We can pull it out here close to the window so that we have a little breakfast bistro table, and if we want to bring out both panels, we can bring it here, and we can have, I would say, at least 3 adults sitting plus the extra chairs that are there, so we can have quite a lot of people sitting around for supper. We decided to add a little breakfast bar. We have a piece of counter that can be put this way so that we have access to the storage that is down here, and we have also a little custom bench that it goes over the wheel, so this is a nice little spot for a couple. We opted for a real wood stove just for the nice little cottage feel of it. So we have smart logs here that we can break even just with our hands, so that we can make them fit in the stove, and we have our little tools here. We got this from a company that's in Montreal that's called Cubic Mini Wood Stoves, and you can order them online. They have different sizes, so we went with the mini one, which is more than enough for such a small space. My favorite part of the house is the kitchen. When we started thinking and designing the house, it was really important for me that we didn't feel like we had just a tiny kitchen. I wanted almost a full size, and I made a bet with Simon that I would be able to make it fit. So this is pretty nice because we have an L design. So on this side we have a regular size sink, full size storage right to the back, a regular little fridge. We took a real gas stove that we put directly in the counters. We can cook and bake just like in a normal house, and so we have storage here for all pots and pans, and we of course didn't want to have lost space here in the corner, so we did a piece that lifts like this, so we can have small appliances and food that we can put there. We decided to go for a full bathroom in here. We went for a sliding door just to optimize the space. And in here we have a little shower that's 30 by 30 inches, so it's pretty small but very functional. And we decided to have a sink here too. We found that one that was really narrow, so we decided to add it, and it gives extra storage also for all the bathroom stuff. And on this side, a regular dry toilet. For our house, I was hoping to have a fixed ladder, and also we wanted one that was kind of hybrid between a staircase and a ladder. So we have real steps here, but it's still that kind of ladder feel. And the fact that we see through every step really gives that open feel in the house. We added a queen size mattress up here, and we have also the window that gives a fresh little breeze during the night. This is where we can store our stuff like clothes or personal items. It lifts like this, and there's another one there. And we both have our little cubby here also on each side. We added a second loft on this side, just a little bit higher than the main loft. For now it's just storage space, but eventually when our little boy is a bit older, we'll have an extra bedroom there. We're gonna add railing and ladder, and we can have a single bed upstairs.
So the house is a 20-footer, the usual 8.5 by 13.5 dimensions, but this one has 20 feet in length. It gives us, if we count the loft, about 250 square feet. We wanted the two-slope roof for the winters to make sure that the snow would fall off, and from there we adopted the Scandinavian look of this particular house with the two-tone siding. We added a little architectural detail in the front to give it a little bit more depth. And enhance the look of the paler wood. It's actually white pine that we stained, and there's an all-metal roof with the solar panel. The house is 100% off-grid. We like that. It will kind of future-proof the house depending on the use we'll make of it. So we wanted the house to be as efficient as possible, so we developed our method to keep the walls thin, to keep the most space inside, and the isolation we use provides a structural element also, because it bonds all the materials together, and it makes the house very resistant when we travel with it. And it's very well insulated. The windows and doors we chose are very efficient. It's a 200 watts solar panel coupled with two 6-volt batteries. It gives us plenty of power to have the lights running. They're all LED. And it provides power to all the amenities we need, except for the three things that uses propane or the wood stove to heat. As for the water, as I said, right now we're hooked up. We have a gray water tank, and it's a very good setup. It's not a very complicated setup. So here we have all the mechanical stuff. We managed to conceal all the stuff for propane, the water heater, and all the solar system in here. So right here what you'll find is all the stuff related to the charger and the relay, the fuse box, the inverter is all there. The batteries are within the seat. This is actually just a composting, an organic toilet. On each side there's one 6-volt battery for the 12-volt system. The inverter will provide 110 for the whole house. What you can't see here is the water heater. It's an instant propane water heater. So for the insulation, we chose some sprayed-on particle that's actually from the soybeans. It's just as efficient as the typical urethane sprayed-on that we're used to. It's less toxic, and it doesn't consume. It's not derived from petrol products. So we like that a lot, and since it's the same efficiency, I know there's no real trade-off. It's just a matter of choosing the right product. Instead of using paint or typical staining, we found this local company that will make an oil that you can apply on wood. It gives it a very nice effect. It's actually very much easier to apply. It has no drying period, so and it's, you know, it's 100% natural product, and it doesn't smell. It's really good.
My favorite part of our tiny house is really the kind of cozy feel. My favorite season to come is really in the winter. There's something of being in this small space and having quite a bit of windows around, and when you see like the snow, it looks cold and you're in this kind of little bubble of heat and warmth, and it's really cozy.
For me, this idea of having everything within arm's reach, you really feel like things are simpler. You don't have much to worry about, you don't have a lot of stuff. Cleaning the house is so easy. I also love the challenge of designing the space around us according to our needs.
Hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see more tours and stories about tiny houses, check out our playlists. We'll put a link to the Cabane website in the description of this video if you want to check out their other projects. Also, subscribe to our channel. We have new videos every single week on Sundays.